I trued this up from the other position, and it's a little bit out of round. So I'm going to take this opportunity to retrue a little bit. That feels better. Same thing, heading downhill. I rub that bevel and then turn the cutter on. Got a little barrel roll to it. I kind of like that. I think I'll leave it alone. Then we'll go back to my Ellsworth. I'll make this pass uphill. Same thing, roll the cutter around. I say, what's uphill? Downhill, I'm going with the grain. Jack and Joe go down the hill. Coming uphill, I'm going against the grain if this was edge grain material, which it is. So I could have a little bit of a tear or resistance if I don't have a good edge. But what I will get is a sharp corner. I want that sharp corner. Right now, I've got that. I want to true up this bottom because of the mating piece. This piece is fairly stable like this. Now, I like add a little accent. See a little burn lines? Now this wet sycamore doesn't burn really well. Kind of smokes a little, might dance around a little, but doesn't burn very well. I'll go to a heavier wire to see what we can force. Hey, look, I lied. I have to understand that happens occasionally. A lie. Okay, 2 burn marks. Grab up some nice paper. I think we'll go 220 or 320 here. This is Blue Flex from Vince Welsh. Vince has got some great paper, great deals for wood turners. He's just like me. He's a wood turner supporting wood turners. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you that the tan vest I normally wear in the shop, the one that's in a wash tonight, because I show you how confident I am. I've got a 1/16 of an inch in the bottom of that super glue bottle. That'll do about 5 or 6 projects. It's the amazing part of this finish. Too much, it'll go right through the tissue, take off your fingerprints. But just a drop on this wood, you're going to see something you won't believe. Want to do this in real time? Let's do this in real time. Somebody showed me this the other day. Hit it with some accelerator. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Only problem with the accelerator is, if it's still live, when you put the other piece on it, it'll overact on it. So we dust it off a little bit. Then we come with next coat. This is if you're in a big time hurry. Me, I turn around and do something else. Talk to myself. Got in an argument yesterday, it was ridiculous, but okay. That's a real time 1-minute finish. You can't see the chatoyance from there, but it's in here. Chatoyance is a nice word for cat's eye. Put my Jacob's chuck back in. I'll lose that in the shavings if I don't stick it up on the headstock. Alright, bring up my tailstock again, right back in the center hole. And I'm back to about the same RPMs. I have a 1/4 inch drill bit. I'm going to go in about that far. Okay, you saw it? What was that, 3/4 inch or so? This is so that when I create the finial to go on the bottom of this, I have an attachment point that uses a 1/4 inch dowel. And you can size that when you flip it around with another gauge. There's several ways to do this. It's all about work holding. Alright, hold on. Work, hold on. Alright, soft the lathe. I want to do something you're going to think only an idiot can mess this up. I have got my tool rest set to where the top of my tool rest is dead center of my drill bit right here, or the headset. It's dead center. Why? Because you can drill a hole off center of this and it'll look weird. And you want the hole and the perch hole, you're going to add a perch hole even though a bird won't use this. you want it to be in line. So I have a scribe on my rest right here, a mark that says it's dead center. Then I'll take my pencil and put a line right there. That's on top of the super glue. It'll wipe off with mineral spirits later, but when I put those two holes, if I line them up on that line, they will look perfect. And let's not get into how I discovered that or how many times I tried something else, okay? Just, you gotta let some things lie, all right? We wanna make a roof. I gotta start over again. I dropped the remote into the shavings. 1-inch hardwood dowel from the hardware store, the home center. I love that. I never called it a home center. It's the depot. Piece of dimensional lumber on the bottom of it. Put it in my spigot jaws. Crank it down. I'm going to bring up my tailstock and put it between centers to get it started. I don't want to blow it off that piece of hardwood dowel. So why put it on distresses? I don't need to. Between centers, good and safe. And I'm going to adjust my tool rest off the bat, lower it a little bit, and make some shavings. With my Ellsworth again. With me holding that in the dowel, I could push it off the dowel, cutting uphill. So I'm going to take lighter cut to the side on a little bit of a mushroom type cap. And whatever you turn, you have to finish. Cheat a little scraping there, huh? This is some junky lumber. You can see it's pretty torn up, pretty trashy, but I'm going to show you. Let me see how I can put this. Ain't nothing a match can't fix. Can't fix, here come the match. And people won't even see it. Now, I don't do this in the shop most of the time. It's that obvious fire thing. But it's 90 degrees outside. It's 8 o'clock at night. And I'm tired. So I'll go ahead and make a mistake. Because that's what happens when you're tired and things aren't going your way. You'll make a mistake. But I'm here till 10 o'clock now. If I had a fire in here, I have to wait. Now, that is the piece. I'll show you the next step. What you missed a moment ago, I chucked it back up. I buffed it a little 400 paper. And now, these little wire brushes sell at Harbor Freight for about 3 for $5 or so. I don't know. They're dirt cheap. But that brushed it out, and then I want to stop it and brush with the grain and take the softs off. Take them out. And that'll distress it a little bit and make it look even older than it really is, because you burned the softs. And you just keep brushing it until you're happy with how much you've distressed it. I kind of like that, but it's a lot of distressing. It's actually very distressing. I got a million of them. Be sure you tip your waitresses. Crank speed down a little bit. I'm back to my 1/16 of an inch of super glue in a bottle. Now, it doesn't work as well. Where there's one bottle of CA, there's often another. I keep it inside in the refrigerator. That way I don't need to. If I miss it this month at the club meeting, I'll catch it next month, but I'll have some in a backup. Does well in the refrigerator, still kept. Don't keep it capped out here. If you trap moisture in it, it will dry up. And I'm thinking about selling this on the website. I'm trying to work out the cost on it right now. Now, that is a rough finish. We're going to make it better in a minute. What I did was just brush her a little bit to take the fuzz off. Then when I go back in and put a little light coat back on it again. This time I should get pretty good coverage. Yep. Move it fast enough and won't get the fuzz on it. That's my roof. I'll show you the finished piece in a second. Need to drill the holes. I'm just using for a center block. Now I check to see if the bit comes down dead center of the gap. I'm going to pad it so I don't damage my finish. Put it on top of here. Remember that pencil mark? There it is. Now, what would I do? I want the hole in the upper third and the perch hole in the bottom third. So, and I want it to be straight in. And we're only about 3/8 of an inch thick. Let's see how good I am. That's 3/8 right through it. I'm going to leave this where it's at. Change to a 1/8 inch bit and put my perch hole in. For the perch, I drilled a 1/8 inch hole. Then I had some 1/8 inch brass rod laying around the shop. So I'm going to take about an inch piece. I buffed off the piece with some sandpaper to make it look nice and burnished. And I would set that with a little bit of super glue right there. That would give my perch. Then I would add my groove. I trim that down, put it back in and receive it a little bit, so I don't have the hole. And for display purposes, I can either put a hook in the top and put this on a Christmas tree or out in the garden, or put a piece of 14 gauge ceiling wire from a ceiling contractor and make it something that'll sit on a desk. Now, there you go. I talked to you about variations in a theme. Let's talk about using a 5/8 dowel and making these things smaller, about 1.25 inches in diameter, maybe 1.5 inches in diameter, and 3.5 inches high. Play with that. Different materials. I do some metal spinning, so I was taking the shape, putting an aluminum disc up against it, pushing it around and crimping it under the bottom and putting an aluminum cap on it for some of the other ones. I took my Sorby texturizing tool and put some striations in the face of one. I have it here. The beauty of this is what I would call a skill builder. You can do whatever you want, have as much fun as you'd like, try anything you want to try, and if you screw it up, you can pop it off, throw it away, and start another one. And you still got this part. Or you still got this part, or you just got the wire and the perch. You know how, it happens that way. But all these can give you some fun projects. And if you get real creative, twist the bottom into a stand, give it to a grandkid to go on their desk or in a window, hang it up, put it on a Christmas tree, make little ones. Last night I twisted a wire on the lathe. And I might show you that later on to make when it was sitting, it is on a spring and it gives it some movement. And that's always an eye catcher. So we had a little fun. And I didn't throw one bird joke at you. Right? I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm making shavings and having a little bit of fun at it. I think we got to work on this roof.